All right.
We got.
What do we got?
We got Melanie Martinez. Leeches.
Let's see what she got.
Leeches around it, conscious throbbing. They can't sleep at night. Hold their pillows tight, caught in the rivers of the tears that I cry. Bound for harvest, they flock to my garden, push their way inside. I go run and hide. They lift all the covers, pull me in to their side. Slimy and superficial, straining red artificial. Yeah, things seem official, make it beneficial to their cause. And it's black.
Melanie Martinez is like low-key an artistic philosopher. Like what she says about slimy and superficial, straining their artificial, yapping to seem official, making it beneficial to their cause, like says a lot. Like yapping to seem official is this idea of you're just talking a lot of shit basically, and you're trying to and you really notice that when people speak, they tend to say the things they aspire to be, but then their actions is who they actually are. And so a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, but you could tend to see people say one thing, but then act in another way. It's because they're saying what they perceive themselves to be. But sometimes that contradicts their actions. And then also like making it beneficial to their cause, which indicates like how selfish these people are.
Yeah, she got bars.
Yeah, she got a couple of bars. Yo, they eat off the table that you set, so you starve. I like that line because it makes me think about someone who sets the table up for people so they can eat, but they're so selfish and they're so... I can't think of the word. They're so selfish and so inconsiderate that they're not even thinking about the person that actually contributed to them eating, is how I'm like interpreting that.
I looked at it a little more figuratively, where they eat off the table that you set, so you start. So they feed off of your fame, like in relation to like maybe someone that is famous, or maybe not. Like it can be something that's not relating to fame. You know, I think of, you know, leeches. Like when you call someone a leech, you call someone that's feeding off your energy or freeloading off of you.
That's right.
You know, that terminology is always used when, you know, someone's not really contributing. And so
they're sucking you dry, but not in a good way.
Yeah. And man, her, like if she was in school and she wrote, like I imagine like in school, like she would have majored not in music but also in English, because her usage of things and connecting it to like her life, it's so creative.
She has a thing for insects.
I think in this particular
album.
Yeah. I don't think she just has a thing for like words.
Yeah.
That you said, so you starve. Stop all your breathing. No, don't let them see you. They find any way just to make you stay. Maybe they want you in their pits, covered again. Slimy and superficial, straining and artificial. Yeah, things seem official, making it beneficial in their cause. How much blood can you draw with your claws from a flesh that's not yours? My hands aren't yours, and all of my bones know my whole life to keep you enthralled. I guess that is the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
Her titles are crazy. Battle of the Larynx.
Her choice of words too, it's very fitting. You know, like slimy and superficial, obviously like superficial being shallow, but like slimy. I like the word slimy because it really touches on like being a snake, being two-faced and being like repulsive to people. You know, so when someone calls someone slimy and superficial, especially the slimy part, they're just very deceptive. Like you can't trust them, and you're just able to like maneuver like a snake.
Yeah, remember in Monsters Inc?
It's been a while, but
The
I do
character
remember.
that's like kind of slimy. Okay, so first of all, English is such a fun language to learn, I think, because like the word slimy sounds like what it is, right? Slimy.
Yeah.
Like it almost has like that personality. And like slimy, slugs, like you kind of group those words together because they are slimy, but they also sound like what they are. So yeah, I liked the part where she says, and this is so graphic, this was very graphic for me, where she talks about how much blood can you draw with your claws from a flesh that's not yours. So to me it's graphic because you can really picture that, right? And then she talks about like gnaw on my bones, no marrow left. Like when a bone doesn't have any marrow left, it almost symbolizes how there's just like no more nutrition in the bone,
Yeah,
right?
no, that's a
And
good
so
way
if
of
you
putting
like relate it to herself, or you relate it to like whoever's like singing this or thinking this, there's really like nothing left. It's literally just carcass.
It makes me think of like what our rotisserie chicken looks like after we eat it.
Oh my
It's
God.
just
Nothing
carcass, right? It's like the bone has been stripped of anything nutritious or edible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say now. Yeah, but no, exactly. And it really reminded me of Olivia Rodrigo's Vampire a little bit, because that idea of sucking someone dry to the point where they're lifeless.
Like bone dry,
Yeah,
literally.
bone dry. Like you like suck the life out of someone, you know? And I think that's why we use vampires a lot, because metaphorically that's how we feel sometimes. Sometimes society can suck the life out of you, or a person can just come in a room and just suck the energy out of the room. We have a tendency of being capable of doing things like that. And then
And then I see